Hey y'all, and welcome to Move with Katie. If you are a first time viewer here, I am so happy to have you joining us today. And if you are returning, I am grateful as ever for your presence. We have a fun, spicy flow to jump into today, so let's get started. Come to lie on your back in the middle of your mat or wherever feels right to you. And we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together and close down the eyes. Let the knees fall out to the side, and maybe you let the hands rest on the belly, maybe the heart space, maybe the floor, palms face up, whatever feels right to you. We'll take a few breaths together to ground into this present moment, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, maybe you part the lips, sigh out the mouth. Letting go of any tension, letting go of any of those to-do lists or action steps that you need to take, and instead just noticing how you are right here in this moment. There's no judgment on whatever it is that you're bringing here today. All parts of you are accepted. And I'll be encouraging you throughout the practice to accept whatever is arising and not attach to it. Psychological research says that it takes about 90 seconds for an emotion to move through us. And so if we have the urge to react or to attach, that's normal. But I present another possibility in just allowing it to pass, not attaching, not creating any judgment around whatever it is that you feel, and instead just knowing, whoa, this too, this shall pass. Now that you've taken that time to meet yourself where you're at, I'll invite you to open the arms up wide and then reach them up overhead and begin to flutter the eyelashes open. So we're now taking a big stretch up over the head. Interlace the fingers and then flip the palms away from the top of the head. So you're getting a nice shrug of the shoulders up towards the ears. Inhale here. And as you exhale, I'll invite you to squeeze the inner thighs together, lift the knees, and then plant the bottoms of the feet as wide as the mat. Exhale, dropping the knees over to one side. Keep reaching the palms up. Feel that nice big side body stretch, a little twist. Gently inviting the body to awaken. And then inhale, knees to sky, and then as you exhale, drop them to the opposite side. Again, continue reaching up with the arms, lengthening the spine. Nice big side body stretch and twist. And then your next exhale brings knees back to the sky. Undo the interlace of the fingers, and we're going to reach the left leg up high. Point out through the toes. And then as you exhale, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Swoop the arms up and pick the knee up. So we're taking a reclined figure four or reclined pigeon shape here. And maybe your hands reach through that figure four shape and land interlaced on the back of the right thigh. Or maybe they interlace around the right shin. We're here early in our practice, so no need to push yourself to a space that feels painful. But I'll always encourage you to find your edge and meet yourself there. Maybe you roll the right ankle around a few times, lubricating that joint. Breathing gently and evenly. Maybe with your inhale, you bring the shin a little closer to chest. And then as you exhale, use the power of the legs to hug the shin in towards chest and open the arms out wide like a T. Palms can face up or down, whatever feels right to you. And then let's exhale that left foot all the way down to the opposite side. Keep the connection between the knee and the ankle. So we're taking a Reclined twist here. Left knee is still pointed towards sky in that figure four shape. Pressing knee away from you. So you're starting to open up that ball and socket joint here in your left hip. If it helps you, maybe you even gently take the right hand and press the left knee away. All just options. Find what feels good. Your next exhale carries the feet back towards center. Lift left heel towards sky, and then plant left foot on the outside edge of the mat. Inhale right foot towards sky, and we'll take that opening sequence on the opposite side. So crossing right ankle over the left knee, and then inhaling, bringing knee and shin in towards chest. Take your hands and wrap them underneath the right shin, maybe interlacing around left hamstring or maybe the left shin. And then take some circles with the left ankle. One direction, and then the other. Check in with the muscles in your face. Are you holding any tension in the brow? Can you find spaces to soften near the cheekbones, the jaw, or maybe even the shoulders? Can you invite the shin a little closer to the chest? And then with your next exhale, keep the pressure of the legs towards shin and undo the interlace of the fingers, arms wide like a T. Inhale here. And as you exhale, drop right foot over towards the left side of your mat. Flattening shoulders against the earth and rotating that hip externally so that the knee reaches away from the body, stays pointed towards the sky. Maybe you drop gaze over right shoulder. If you feel the urge to relax into this posture, I invite you to become more active. Use the muscles to find a new limit. Part of the activity of yoga is finding spaces that are static in which we can still be mobile and strong. Your next exhale brings the knees back towards the ceiling, extend right leg towards sky, and this time bring left leg up to meet it. We're going to fire up the core with a few leg lifts. So lowering heels towards the earth, keeping low back flat against the earth, and maybe you sweep palms towards the hips, palms face down, and then lower heels towards the earth, 45 degrees. And then as they hover against the earth, squeeze, extend the toes away from the hips, and then lift back towards the ceiling. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lift. Lowering. And lift. Noticing what's happening in the low back. Are we staying nice and glued to the floor? Lowering. And lift. Heels squeeze together. Toes can point or flex, your choice. Maybe play with both. See how they feel different. Squeeze inner thighs together. Let's do two more. Lower with control. And lift. Last one. Lower, and when you get to that hover space, let's stay there for 5. Squeeze the inner thighs. 4. Low back against the floor. 2. 1. Lift all the way back up. And from here, we're going to lift the hips up and bring the toes back behind the head, coming into a plow pose. Now, if you're not very warmed up, this might feel really intense. Just go to where feels good. And then as you exhale, begin to rock forward along the spine. You might land in a boat pose, might not. We'll rock back and forth a few times. Maybe grabbing hold behind the legs, rocking. And when you feel you have enough momentum, we'll rock to the bottoms of our feet and come to stand. So find the space where you feel ready. I'll meet you at the front of your mat. Inhale, lift arms up towards sky, palms come to touch. And let's come up onto our tiptoes, squeeze the heels together, squeeze inner thighs together. And then exhale, bend the knees, lowering down so that you come to sit on your heels, knees forward. toe stand. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the hips back. And we're going to take that rock, grab behind the knees, plow pose. Rocking forward, come to stand. Inhale as you lift, this time lift up onto the toes. We'll do that a few times. Exhale, lower hips to heels. Drop the hips, reach the toes up and over, plow pose, grab behind the knees, rock it forward, up to stand. Inhale, all the way up onto your toes. Exhale, lower. Drop the hips. Inhale, reach the toes back behind and rock it forward. Come to stand, up onto the toes. Last time, exhale, lower the hips all the way to floor. Toes reach up, plow pose, rocking forward. Come to stand. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Center in to your breath. And then from here, inhale, let's bring the left knee up in towards chest. And as you exhale, we're going to step it back. High lunge. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, take a few pulses. Sinking hips lower, sending left heel back, tucking the tailbone under so that it feels like you get a nice opener here in that left hip. Taking a few pulses. Inhale. And as you exhale, cactus out the arms, find some static space here in your lunge. Lift the heart, elbows towards the ribcage, hands back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Inhale, lift. Last time, cactus out the arms, and this time set the back knee bow down. Circle the arms around behind, interlace the fingers, shoot the knuckles down the left hamstring, lift the heart, lift the eyes towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale and do the interlace of the fingers, reach the arms forward and around. Plant them on either side of the right foot, and then sweep right foot back behind you, coming into a three-legged tabletop. Nice work. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knee in towards nose, puff up the back of the heart. Inhale, open the right leg out to the side like a little fire hydrant. And then send the leg back. That's going to be our rhythm. We're going to find that again. Exhale, knee to nose, puff up the back of the heart. Inhale, open to the side and reach the leg back around. Exhale, center. Inhale, open, and then extend. Two more. Exhale, open, extend. Knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Then tap the right toes down. And let's sweep left toes towards sky. Exhale, bring the left knee in towards nose. Step the foot up to the front of the mat. Right foot follows. Meet in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Interlace the fingers and let's take a few figure eight shapes with the wrists. And then the other direction. And then let's inhale, ragdoll all the way up to stand. And then reach the arms up overhead, palms come to touch. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift weight into the right foot. Lift left knee in towards chest. And exhale, step it back behind. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Inhale, reach the arms high. And then as you exhale, plant your palms and sweep right toes back behind you. Right toes lift towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee plants on the floor. Three-legged tabletop, left leg lifts. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, knee comes in towards nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee towards nose. Inhale, let's open it to the side and then lengthen. Exhale in. Inhale, open to the side and lengthen back. Two more. Exhale, knee to nose. Lengthen out to the side. Reach it back. Knee to nose. Inhale, open. Send it back. Tap the left toes down. Sweep the right toes high. Inhale here. And then exhale. Step that right foot forward. Left foot follows. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms rise up above the head. And as you exhale, palms come to touch heart center. Inhale, lift the right knee up, come onto the left leg. Exhale, step the right foot back, crescent lunge. And we're gonna take those pulses here. So you're beginning to feel a nice opening through the right hip, finding a little bit of movement here. Breathing, tuck tailbone under, actively engage the core. And then inhale, sweep the arms high, find some stillness. And as you exhale, cactus the arms out to the side, lift the heart and sink a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus the arms. Last time, inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, reach the arms around behind, interlace the fingers, awkward hand on top, and send the knuckles down the hamstring. Inhale, lift the heart. Lift the gaze towards sky. Exhale, plant the right leg down. And we're gonna sweep the arms around, planting them on either side of the left foot. Send the hips back, left toes sweep back, and we'll land in that three-legged tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, knee in towards nose. And then open up the leg to the left side and send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Puff up the back of the heart. Open to the side. Send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Open up to the side. Send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Open up. Send it back. One more time. Exhale, knee to nose. Open up. Send it back. Tuck the toes down. And this time we're going to step the right foot all the way forward. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, lean the chest forward, and we're going to step the left toe up to meet it, coming to a chair pose. So we're in a funny little chair pose here. Nice work. Inhale, come to stand. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, switch the right onto the left foot. Again, right knee comes into chest. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, swing them around and down, planting left palms, reaching left toes towards sky. And then as you exhale, drop left knee to the floor, and we'll meet in that three-legged tabletop. Lift right toes. Exhale, knee in towards nose. Inhale, open leg out to the side and send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open and extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Two more. Open, extend. Exhale, puff up the back of the heart. Open, extend. Knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Tap the toes down. Sweep the left leg high. And this time we're going to step the left foot forward. Step the right foot to follow it. Sink the hips down. Chair pose. Reach the arms forward. And we'll take a little pulse here. We're 10. Belly button towards spine. 9. See if you can be even on all four corners of your feet. 7. 5. 3. You got it. 2. 1. Inhale all the way to stand. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, bring your weight onto your right foot. Left knee comes in towards chest. And as you exhale, lift the left heel up. Externally rotate from the hip. And we're going to sit down in that figure 4 shape in a chair pose. From here, hands to heart center. And we're going to just take a moment to get situated and grounded in this feeling. So that left ankle is on top of right knee. Hip is externally rotating so that the knee is reaching away from the body. And we're feeling nice and grounded, sending the hips back. Chest is forward but not collapsed. We're strong in our core. Inhale here. And as you exhale, take left elbow, and let's see if we can connect left elbow to the inside of that left foot, spiraling heart open towards sky. Now maybe we're just reaching for this posture and we're happy here, and so we stay. Maybe we're asking for a little bit more to extend our practice, so we reach right arm up towards the sky and left fingertips down towards the earth. All just options. Find what feels right to you. And we'll take 3 big breaths. With your third breath, bring the palms back to heart center, and we're going to inhale, lift left knee in towards chest, and as you exhale, step it back, high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, plant the palms on either side of the foot. We're going to turn onto the outside edge of both feet so they face the long end of the right side of your mat. Inhale, lift the right arm, and then exhale, drop the right arm over towards the back of your mat. Horizon pose. Inhale, lift the hips, straighten through the right leg as much as feels possible. Reach right arm up overhead. Extended horizon. Exhale, lower the hips, reach the right arm back. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Next, inhale brings you forward. Plants the right palm on the outside of the right foot. Wiggle the left toes until they feel stable. And reach right arm, right leg back behind you. 3-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the right knee and set the right shin down so that you're in a 3-legged tabletop. Left toes lift. Inhale here. Exhale, weight shifts into the left hand, right arm reaches forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow and knee come together at the center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to the center. Inhale, lengthen. Last time, exhale to center. Inhale, lengthen. And this time, bend left heel in towards glute. Sweep right hand around behind. Catch hold of right foot. Catch hold of left foot or left ankle with right hand. And kick the foot into the hand. Opening heart towards sky. Tiger pose. 3 big breaths. Press the floor away. Engage the core and inner thighs. Maybe smile. And then exhale. Gently release the foot. Left leg stays lifted. Right palms lower. Tuck the toes and lift up into a 3-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Step left foot all the way forward and through. Right foot follows. Hips sink. Hands lift, reaching forward, chair pose. Pulse for 5, 4, 3. You got it, 2, 1. Inhale, lift palms to touch overhead, legs straighten. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment. Hands on the body. Collect your breath. And then let's take that on the opposite side. Shifting weight into the left foot now. Inhale, right knee comes in towards chest. Exhale, cross right ankle over left knee. Externally rotate the hip, ball and socket joint, so that the right knee is reaching for floor. Settle the hips down, chair pose. Hands to heart center. Find your balance. Ground down through all 4 corners of the left foot. Nice and strong in the core. Chest doesn't collapse. Hips back. Maybe you stay here. Or maybe you take that twist, right elbow, reaching for inside of right foot. Maybe you shift the gaze. Maybe we stay here. A good tip for balance is to find a spot on the floor, a drishti, a gaze point, that you can use to help you orient and stabilize your body. Pick a point and stare at it. Maybe you begin to extend left hand up towards sky and right fingertips towards ground. All just options. Find what feels good. Inhale here. Exhale, stay. When you're ready, bring palms back to touch at heart center. And then we'll all meet, bringing the right knee back in towards chest. Exhale, step the right toes back. High lunge. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, circle them around and down, planting the palms on either side of the left foot. Turn towards the long side, left side of your mat. Outside edge of both feet, feet pointing the same direction. Reach the left arm high, and then extend it back. Horizon pose. Inhale, lift the hips, straighten through the legs as much as feels good. Exhale, lower. Horizon. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Big, juicy hip workout here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then sweep that left arm around, planted on either side of the left foot. Stabilize through the right toes and sweep the left toes high. Inhale here. Then as you exhale, bend left leg, setting left knee down, lifting right toes, three-legged tabletop. Inhale, bring weight into the right hand and send the left fingertips forward. Exhale, knee in towards nose, elbow meets it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze to center. Last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze to center. Inhale, lengthen. And then bend your right heel towards the glute. Wrap left hand around behind. Catch hold of ankle or foot and kick the foot into the hand. Lift the heart, lift the gaze, press the floor away. Tiger pose. Nice work. Inhale here. Exhale, stay. See if you can find a little more height, a little more length, a little more joy. And then gently release the foot, reach the left hand forward. Plant the palm, and then set the right toes down. Sweep the left foot high. And then exhale, step it forward. Right foot follows, meet in a chair pose, hips lower, arms reach out in front of you. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, legs straighten, palms touch overhead. Exhale to heart center. 2 deep breaths here. Grounding back into the space. And then let's take weight into the right foot. Inhale, lift the left knee in towards chest. Cross left ankle over right. Settle quickly here. We'll move through this. Shift our left elbow to the inside of the left foot and open your wings if that feels good. Exhale, palms to heart center. Keep the cross of the ankles. Inhale, reach arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, come into a warrior 3. Extending the arms out in front or maybe behind you like an airplane. And as you exhale, Shiva squat. Left knee comes to back of right shin. Inhale, lift to warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squat. 2 more. Lengthen and squat. Lengthen and squat. And then lengthen. And then step that left foot back behind. Plant the left palm. Open up, horizon pose. Inhale, lift just once. Side body reaches for sky. Exhale, lower to that horizon pose. Plant the right palm. Sweep the right toes up to a 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, knee comes towards chest. But this time, cross the foot over the knee. So you're in a figure 4 downward facing dog. And then as you exhale, bend the left knee, right toes come to the floor, and we meet in this funky figure 4 shape. And we're going to take a figure 4 puppy pose. So walking the hands out in front of you, melt the heart. Really make sure you're grounding through the toes of the right foot. Getting a nice big hip opener. Option to stay here, or maybe you bring weight into the right palm. Take the left and thread it underneath of the right armpit. Forehead meets the earth, or maybe chin. Getting a nice shoulder stretch. If you've taken that needle threading, press into the palm, reach the left hand back in front of you. And we're going to walk the hands all the way back towards the feet. And we're going to play with coming onto the toes of the left foot and keeping this cross of the ankle over the knee, and just playing with the idea of lifting our hands for balance, coming into a little toe stand on one foot, stabilizing, and seeing if you can just play with the idea of finding some balance, lifting the crown of the head towards sky, finding it just for a moment. Then step the right toes forward. Inhale, lift the hips, and you'll find a pyramid pose, lengthening out the heart. And then as you exhale, folding forehead towards the shin. From here, taking left hand, planting it outside of the right foot, and opening right arm to the sky. So you have a twisted triangle here, a revolved triangle. Opening heart towards sky. And then as you exhale, planting right hand about a foot in front of the right foot. And we're going to open up into a half moon pose. Imagining as if the left foot could step against a wall, strong and long legs, tenting the fingertips of the right hand. Weight is in the right leg. Maybe you shift your gaze from floor to fingertips, or maybe not. Find the option that feels good. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, plant left hand towards front of mat, right hand follows. Square off the hips towards the floor, and maybe we take 1 or 2 hops towards handstand before we meet at the front of the mat in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sink the hips, lift the arms, chair pose. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, palms to heart center, come to stand. Weight comes into the left foot, right knee comes up and in towards chest. And then we cross right ankle over left knee. Taking just a quick movement here. Palms to heart center. Exhale, cross right elbow over. Open up, arms towards sky. Nice little twist. Inhale, back through center. And then as you exhale, lengthen out the right leg behind you. Chest pivots forward. Warrior 3. Airplane the arms behind you, or maybe cape them in chest or reach them forward if you have space. And then exhale, right knee taps left calf, Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale together, Shiva squat. Last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. And then as you inhale, open up to that warrior 3. Bend into the left leg. Tap the right toes down. Plant the right palm on the inside of the left foot. Turn onto the outside edge of left foot and right foot and open both feet to the side, horizon pose. 1 time, inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Then pivot from here. Plant both palms onto the ball of the back foot and then sweep the left toes high. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, knee comes in towards chest, but ankle crosses over the right knee. Bending into the right leg, we've found that figure 4 position. Inhale, extend the heart forward. Figure 4, puppy pose. Taking a few rounds of breath here. Noticing whatever is arising, just allowing, creating space for the present moment. And if it felt good on the other side, maybe you ground into the left hand and scoop the right arm under the left armpit, taking a threaded needle here. And with your next breath, beginning to bring weight back into that left hand and undoing the bind, and then walking the hands back to the back of the mat, grounding down into the right toes. And we're going to find that funky balance here on our toes. So walking the hands back and keeping as much balance as you need, as much support, opening up externally, rotating that left hip, really actively engaging the core, lifting the heart, finding a drishti, and then maybe finding your balance. Nice work. Before extending left foot forward and then lifting the hips high, coming into our pyramid pose. Allow the head to melt towards the shin. Inhale, lifting and lengthening out of the hips, and then reaching right hand to the outside edge of left foot and left fingertips reach high. Twisted triangle, twisted pyramid. Depends on how your feet are set. Find what feels good. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, sweep left hand down and forward. We're going to bring weight into the left foot, Open up the hips to the side. Open up the right arm to the sky, opening into a half moon. Flex out the top foot. Engage the glutes, engage the core. Weight is in the left leg. Maybe you play with your gaze or play with lifting fingertips. Whatever feels good, you do that. Inhale here. Then as you exhale, bring palms down towards the front of your mat. Square off the hips. Bend into that front leg. And we'll take a couple of hops or maybe some hang time to a handstand before meeting the front of your mat in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Drop the hips. Inhale, lift the arms. And then as you exhale, come on to the toes. Send the knees forward. Send the arms forward. And then we'll rock back to the heels. Lower the hips. Lift the feet to the sky. Drop back. Plow pose. But this time we'll stay. Maybe you interlace the fingers behind you and walk the shoulders underneath you. Maybe you straighten the knees or bend the knees. Maybe if it feels good, you support the rib cage with the hands. All just options. And then with your next exhale, slowly, gently roll down the spine and we'll meet on our backs, lowering heels all the way to the floor. And then bringing the heels in close to the hips. And we'll cool down our practice the same way we began, by lifting left leg towards sky, crossing left ankle over right knee, bringing the knee in towards chest. Maybe you loop your hands through and you notice a difference, or maybe not. Who knows what happened for you here on your mat today? Only you. So just notice that, whatever it is. And whatever it is, it's perfect. It's exactly as you were meant to be. It's the only way things were meant to be. That's pretty beautiful. Exhale, undo the interlace of the fingers. Keep the legs close to the chest and then drop them over to the right side. Knee stays lifted towards ceiling. Arms go long. And then gaze looks over the left hand. Inhale, gaze back through center. Exhale, feet plant wide as the mat. Right heel reaches for sky and then crosses over left knee. Bring the shin and the knee in towards chest. Loop the hands through, maybe onto the shin this time. Notice, just notice anything, everything. And then gently drop the right foot over to the left side, opening the arms up wide. Right knee reaches for sky. Keep that twist. And then coming back through center, dropping feet to the outside edges of the mat. And this time we'll drop knees in towards the center. A little bit of internal rotation after all of that hip opening that we did. Maybe hands come to belly. Maybe the eyes begin to soften and close. And the work of integrating the practice begins to percolate. Taking time for your body to catch up to all those new and creative ways that you moved. Letting the brain download and interpret all of the data that you surprised it with during the last 40 minutes or so together. And then extending the feet long, heels wide as the mat, opening up the arms, palms face up, and if the eyes haven't closed yet, allowing this to be the moment when you do surrender to the darkness behind your eyelids and closing off to stimuli from the outside world, and allowing yourself the time and space to connect with the more silent side of your experience. If you find your mind wandering, just notice where it goes and then let it continue to fade away. You don't need to hold on to any of those thoughts. They're like shooting stars. They can be temporary parts of our experience unless we try to capture them and hold on to them. But those thoughts can be, to extend the metaphor, fiery and impatient. And it might just be better to notice them and let them be just that, thoughts. A way that I like to move away from attaching to those thoughts is by grounding back in my breath and the sensations in my body. So if I find that a thought is particularly captivating, I might say, thanks thought, but I'm going to go back to my breath. And then just notice the rise and fall of my chest. Or notice the feeling of the air rushing in and out of your nose over the lips. Find that place that you can ground in, that keeps you present. And as always with this practice, I invite you to remain here for as long as feels good. But when you're ready to come back, begin first to wiggle fingers and toes. Then maybe you drop head gently side to side and reach the arms up overhead. Maybe the feet reach below you, big full body stretch. And then today, I might invite you to bring the knees in towards chest and grab hold behind the knees, and we'll rock along the spine until we come to a seated position. Or maybe you roll over onto one side and press yourself up. You choose. And when you meet in that seated position, maybe bringing hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. The highest and brightest in me bows to the highest and brightest in you. Namaste. Thank you, friends, and I hope to see you again here soon. It's a pleasure as always.